What does it mean to keep moving forward? What does it mean to honor someone's legacy? These questions are in my mind every time I sit down and look at the unofficial Ruby reboot. I've never met Monty. No person that Monty's ever interacted with will probably even know that I exist. People that he has entrusted Ruby to. That should be the end of that debate, right? Ruby belongs to the people Monty left it to before his death. It only makes sense. And yet, here I am, working. For some of you, you may think I'm on some huge ego trip. Another entitled fan, thinking he knows what's best for something he never built with his own two hands. And maybe you're right, but I can't stop. Just like how you feel it's not right that I do this. I feel that it's not right for me to sit by and not do anything about this show I once loved and adored. Strange, I know. I never said that gave me the right to do this. I only say that it's one of the few things in my life that I'm truly certain of. And at the end of the day, this is just one fan work out of many. Regardless of philosophy, this is just my way of expressing my love for Ruby and its community, like hundreds of others already have. So with that said, what is Ruby Cherish? The world Monty created has ignited the imaginations of thousands from all around the world. I would argue that you would know something carried that same creative fire as Ruby did, if you saw it. For me, that would be Mark Zhang and Dylan Gu's work. Whether Ruby related or not, they represent the peak that this fandom has achieved. It feels like Ruby, even though it's not Ruby. That alone is a very interesting and frustrating thought to grapple with. What does it mean to reboot Ruby? What would it look like? Does it follow canon as much as possible, or does it set out to new territories? At which point does it stop becoming Ruby? There are many people out there who love everything about canon Ruby, within my own server even. Why break something if it isn't broken? How much do we keep? But I, along with the mods that are helping me with this project, asked ourselves a question. Was the Ruby that Monty started making the best version of what he could have made? That argument alone would set in motion a change that had huge implications for the project. Ruby was like nothing else before it when it first came out in 2013. 3D CG, action, anime style works was not a huge thing. 2D was still the only appealing option back then for anime, which allowed Ruby to flourish in its own turf. But now, many others have taken the stage and have even overtaken Ruby. The same can be said for its story, its plot, and basically hindsight is 2020. If Monty knew what he knew back then, would he have made the same Ruby? Should we be happy with just adapting Ruby pretty much as is, with just some tweaks and polish here and there to make sure everything runs properly? Or should we try and shoot for something higher than that? These were the initial designs for Team Ruby that I made. Very close to canon. I was about to approve these designs, but something didn't feel right. It felt like I wasn't doing enough. If someone saw these designs, would they really believe this was a reboot? They'd say they're tweaks of the Volume 1 designs, sure. Nothing wrong with that. They're absolutely iconic. But we asked ourselves, is that the message we want to send? That all we should do, and all that this is good for, is a few simple edits in the same plot, the same beacon, the same veil. If it was Monty here looking at his old work right now, with all of this cool new stuff today at his fingertips, all the lessons he learned from his past work, yet still staying true to himself, what would he make? What would Ruby 5, 10 years from its original inception look like today? Honestly, I don't know. But I ask myself, what would carry that same spirit, that same over-the-top action, that same hopeful tone, but was something that was more than just a nostalgia trip for the old fans? This was the question that we struggled with, and we don't think that we can make everyone happy with our decision. But we think that to move forward is to aim high, to keep striving for the best you can do, to improve, all the while appreciating the past and carrying its spirit and ideals forward. It might seem like grandstanding to you, but we do take this very seriously. Ruby, as Monty and Rooster Teeth made it, is its own thing. It's iconic. If this was really going to be a true fan reboot of Ruby, You don't go in expecting to see the same things. You go in expecting more. But at the end of the day, it has to feel like Ruby. I'll leave you to be the judge of that. But for now, this is the conclusion I've reached. And here are its results.
Remnant. My home. My everything. Ruby Rose, Huntress Extraordinaire! It's a new day in Vale, guys. Let's go!
Who do you think you're talking to? Why Schnee? A pleasure, I guess. If you think I managed to enter Beacon by my name alone, then you are painfully mistaken.
Pardon me for the intrusion. Blake. Just Blake. I appreciate your hospitality. This is the life I've chosen. If you could call it a choice.
Ha! Thought I'd find you guys here. Yang Xiaolong, here to add a little spark into your boring life. I'm a one-girl army, party of one. I'm everything you'd want, really.